Hello everyone, hope you're having a great day. This is my first time ever making a video like this, so if I stutter over my words or really skip over any beats, I do apologize for that. But today I'm going to be making my homemade chocolate chip cookies, a recipe that I kind of came up with on myself. But the ingredients take here 2 eggs, a cup of salted butter, 2 cups of brown sugar and 2 cups of white sugar mixed together, and about a cup of chopped up chocolate chip cookie bars. And we got 3 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon each of baking powder and baking soda, and about a teaspoon of sea salt. And the last ingredient is Mexican vanilla. Now what you're gonna do next is you're going to pour all that sugar in there, and you're gonna beat it together with the butter for about, I'd say 4-5 minutes, 3 to 5, on very low speed. And what you do is that'll just incorporate both the butter and the sugar together, and it'll become very light and fluffy. So again, about 3 to 5 minutes to get it to where you need to, and don't forget to scrape down the sides of the bowls every once in a while, so that way you can get everything good and mixed. Now what you're going to want to do after your sugar's all mixed together, it should look something like this once it focuses in. But anyway, once it's all beaten and mixed together, you want to go in there with both of your eggs. Then once that's done, you'll want to go ahead and put it back on your mixer. Oh. And don't forget to add your Mexican vanilla. Now what I like to do, now that everything is all mixed in together, for my scrape downs, I just take my spatula and I take the flat end of it and I just run it up across the paddle attachment just to get all of that off of there. And then I take the curved side and I just go all around in these crevices, bring it down, and then just slide it off the spatula. Do it again, slide it off, and do it again. Scrape it off on the down. There. Now what you're going to do next is you're going to add in your 3 cups of flour in about a tablespoon at a time, just gradually, so that way everything gets mixed in pretty well and get incorporated, and there are no lumps or any dry flour in the final dough. So again, once you do that, just keep taking tablespoons, add it in one at a time. All right, okay, next what I like to do is that about after every cup of flour, you take your spatula and you just go down the sides of the bowl like this over and over again, just so that way you get all of that flour off the sides of the bowl, so that way when you are almost done with everything, there's not streaks of flour in your dough. After all your flour's been added, it should look something like this. Very light and airy, And that also doesn't really fall off the spatula whenever you hold it in like this. Now, this is the mix-in stage, and one thing that I have learned is whenever you add your mix-ins, always add less than what you think you should. Because if you add too many mix-ins, then when you get to the baking process, your cookies will come out all flat and won't really rise because there's too many mix-ins but not enough dough. So right here, I've got about a cup of chopped chocolate chips, and I just add all that in there. And then once that's done, just put it back into the stand mixer. And then mix on low speed. Just for a couple seconds, because if you mix it for too much, then you're going to beat a little too much air out of the cookie dough. So that way when you get to start baking the cookie dough, it won't rise. It'll just fall flat. All right, so this is about 24 hours later after I've had the cookie dough rest in the freezer. This is what it should look like. I usually just take a knife and break it off into little strips like this, so that way it's easier to pinch off. But you should roll them out in about little 1 tablespoon balls, the chocolate chip cookie side down, because if you do it chocolate side up, then that chocolate, it will sink to the middle and it won't spread the cookie out evenly. And I preheat the oven to 425, and I make these for 8 minutes is how long that I cook them. And they should come out like really gooey, fall apart, and melt in your mouth with little pockets of chocolate all throughout.